turn to the first game of tonight. Jimmy V Classic here at Madison Square Garden. Illinois and Florida Atlantic. Florida Atlantic, you guys saw them throughout the weekend. They're coming off the field of 68 tip-off where they looked terrific in the wins over Charleston and Liberty.
That's the first time that you said it the right way. You said Field of 68 Invitational like 15 times, and you got me to the point where I was calling the Field of 68 Invitational too.
Okay, I apologize for calling it the Field of 68 Invitational. It was the tip-off at Eleanor R. Baldwin Arena. Eleanor might be a sponsor of ours by the end of the year, based on how much she's made money.
If she can
off
pay
of us.
if she can pay for an arena, she could drop a bet.
So they come off of that, and now they're facing an Illinois team that honestly, heading into the night, I think the collective thought would be,
we don't know yet.
We don't know yet. Well, we do know now that Marcus Domask was a big-time transfer addition by Brad Underwood. Domask goes for 33 points. Terrence Shannon goes for 33 points.
Yeah.
And Illinois takes down Florida Atlantic. Your reaction?
So my reaction here was the length of Illinois and how apparent it was when we were down at the Field of 68 tip-off, John. Tip-off. FAU went up against Liberty and Charleston. And the guards, Elijah Martin's my height, right? Wouldn't you say? 6'3"?
Yeah.
6'3". He might not even be 6'3".
Yeah.
I think he's my height. John L. Davis is a little bit bigger than me, maybe 6'4". They don't have those big wings. Greenlee's not big, right? I mean, those guys just aren't. So can they be exposed against certain teams? I think they were tonight. I think Elijah Martin had a hard time getting the basket. So what did he do? He settled for threes. They weren't falling. And then on the other end, they couldn't stop Domask. They couldn't stop Terrence Shannon. Domask was posting him up. He kind of looked like a Villanova guard at times. And Terrence Shannon did whatever the hell he wanted tonight.
They both did, man. They both got wherever they wanted.
Yeah.
And to me, it was Domask, right? Because FAU kind of had control of this thing in the first half. And it felt like they didn't have Vlad Golden play that much in the first half. Then the Rosado kid got in foul trouble, and they were playing with Trey Carroll, who is a buck, couldn't guard you. And they were still heading into they headed into halftime with the lead. And it felt like, okay, they're going to get Vlad back in the second half. They're going to find a way to get a little tougher defensively. They're going to start getting some stops, and they're going to find a way to pull away with this thing. And you know what happened? Marcus Domask went for 25 in the second half. And he didn't just hit like 8 threes and get fouled a bunch. Like, he got wherever he wanted. Yeah. He posted up, he turned, and he hit these little 8-footers, and he had these little runners, and he got to the basket. Terrence Shannon got wherever he wanted, whenever he wanted, especially in transition. And
Golden wasn't on the court enough early, too. He was sitting again. Now, he's the difference maker for me.
No, he is. But here's my thing is that I hear what you're saying on FAU, and I don't disagree. But I took so much more away from what Illinois can be when they play their best.
I get it. Here's my question. Domask ever going to do that again?
Well, that's what I was about to say. Here's my question is we saw a very similar performance from Illinois last year against UCLA.
I was there.
Was it Vegas?
Yeah, I was there.
And
that was when Mick Cronin said some words afterwards that I can't repeat.
That's not the first time that has happened.
And mind you, as you're going, last year, Matthew Meyer came in here and had an unbelievable performance for Illinois that wasn't exactly.
Now, Shannon's been better.
He's been fantastic. He's averaging 22 a game.
All-American.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he's been great. Now they haven't, obviously they lost to Marquette at home, then they beat Rutgers. Hadn't played a ton in between, but yeah, I mean, listen, if Domask can average 17 a game, they're different. But like, are you really expecting him to do that?
He's been on fire the last 3 games.
Yeah,
but he came into this game averaging less than 10. Right. Terrence Shannon was the only double-figure scorer, and to me, that's what kind of stood out. Like
Coleman Hawkins wasn't very good.
No, he said, what's he dealing with? Like he only played. He's played 4 games, banged up.
Yeah, like Luke Goody was solid in this one, but it was a two-man show.
Harmon hit a couple
two-man show, and again, like sometimes we put too much into a single game, and I think this might have been that case of a matchup that was very favorable, and give Brad Underwood a lot of credit because honestly, he took advantage of those matchups.
Hey, let's face it. Last year, Illinois, Texas, that night, the way we reacted, look where those two teams ended up at the end of the season.
Mhm.
Yep.